to be doing my everyday makeup routine with you guys. It's nothing that crazy, but I've got a haul to film after this, so I just thought I'd film my makeup that I do for that. So yeah, let's get started. So I've already washed my face, but then I always go in with, at the moment I've been using this, it's actually a Superdrug Own, Naturally Radiant, it's their Naturally Radiant range, sorry, and it's called a Brightening Radiance Balm, and it's really nice. I am literally on the last bit of it though, but it's a really, really nice moisturiser, and it really does awaken your glow, and it smells really good. It's got, I think it's mulberry extract in, which is nice, and kiwi. So yeah, just start with this, and then if I'm going to wear some foundation, which I think I might a little bit today, let me just find my pen. Today I'm going to go for the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the foundation. I actually just do this straight onto my face. This is in shade 200W. I actually didn't get shade matched or anything for this because I got it at a fashion event. I might just need to tie my hair up. Yeah, like I said, I got it at a fashion event and it was like £3 for charity. So yeah, I got that then, so it didn't get matched. But basically what I then do, so I'm using the viewfinder as my mirror, is just slightly drag it around with the brush, but not too much. This is actually quite pale for me. I tried to avoid my under eye, just because I'd rather going in with just concealer, just stop any creasing or like overload of makeup. But like down the centre of my nose, and then, like I said, this is quite pale. I literally look crazy at the moment. This is pretty pale, so I often then go in with the By Terry CC serum. Hold on, sorry, my makeup bag is so full. The By Terry, the Brightening CC serum in the shade Sunny Flash. This is amazing, like literally so good. And you can just wear this as a, in the summer I just wear this by itself, but can you see it just gives you such a nice glow and colour. So again, just with the same brush, I just tend to just drag that around, and then I will actually go in with my beauty blender to blend all this out properly. So with my beauty blender, I actually wet my beauty blender with the MAC, I'm going to see this, the charcoal water, the charged water charcoal spray. What does it say? After cleansing, before moisturising, and to reset applied makeup. But so it's not like, it's not a setting spray. It's just like a, I don't really know how to explain it. Like a water. Like, don't know. But I do really like it. It just like brings some like colour, well, like some life back to your skin, because I think foundation can make you look really flat. I don't know if anyone else finds that they just look flat with foundation on. So this really does just bring in a bit more life. So that's now like all completely blended out. Obviously I've got the assistant with my dog. When do I not have her jumping all over me? I then go in with some concealer, which I can't find. I'm actually using the MUA Pro Base at the moment in shade 110. I quite like this, and it's just super cheap, but I just was using it like through lockdown and when like we weren't really going out anywhere, because I was kind of like, oh, if there's a day where like I just looked a bit tired and a bit rubbish, and I just wanted like a little bit of concealer under my eyes to make me feel a bit better, I'd just be using this. And then since then I've just kept using it, and I must say I do actually really like it now. But sorry if you can hear dripping in the background, it's actually my fish tank. I'll blend this out and then I will actually go and turn it off. It just needs to be emptied and filled back up. So it's like a constant dripping. I don't really notice it anymore, but I know people will probably be like, what the hell is that? So now I'm just going back in with my beauty blender, and I start really low down with my beauty blender, and like really blend out the bottom part of my concealer. And if I'm just sort of doing like an everyday makeup, I don't tend to put concealer anywhere else. So I'm just going to blend that to about here, go over the tops of my eyes a little bit, but like I said, I'm trying not to get too close under my eyes at the moment. I then actually just leave that for a little bit, and I'll actually go onto my eyebrows. I know some people do eyebrows first, some people don't, and it's like, I just think it's kind of personal preference, what suits you. I actually kind of like it if there is a bit of foundation in my eyebrows when I then go to do them, because I find that they sort of stick a bit better. I don't know if anyone else finds that, but I really do. I find that it's a lot easier to do. So I've just used my spoolie. I'm actually using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is such a good eyebrow pencil. I really like it. So I just brush them up with the spoolie, and then I'm just gonna start at the front just with like some small strokes, like hair strokes, and then as I get further in, it's a bit of a free-for-all really. And I often actually go the other way. That I think just tends to make your brows look thicker and more natural, because not all your hairs grow in the exact same way and formation, so that just adds a bit of natural texture, and yeah, just fill out the front a bit. I try not to fill them in too much, but you can see that it's more just the front for me. I haven't got like a very big eyebrow, so the front bit I always think really needs a bit more definition on me. I know a lot of people just sort of like fill in the tails of their brows, but I just would need more than that. So yeah, I'm just gonna carry on with this. I will finish my brows and then maybe get back to you, go turn off that fish tank quickly, and I will come back to you when my brows are done. Okay, so my brows are now all filled in. I've just turned off the fish tank. Those bloody hanger things. Oh, I haven't put my necklace on. I will now blend out that concealer under my eyes. I just find it's a little bit better if it's slightly tacky. It just makes it that little bit brighter, and it doesn't like slip around as much, because that is quite a creamy concealer. It can kind of slide quite a lot, and then like any excess, I just take it sort of all over my face, just to really make sure it's all blended out. I'm now going to go in with the Loreal translucent powder. I feel like everyone has this powder, but it is so good. I'm just going to use my beauty blender again, and just pop this under my eyes. It'd probably be a bit better if my beauty blender was a little bit damper for this, but I don't really want to bake, because I find that makes my under eyes look a bit more dry, and then they're more likely to crease. So if I don't bake, it tends to be a bit better, so I'm just going to keep going in with a little bit of the Laura Mercier powder and really make sure that's blended right in. Take it slightly over my nose, and like any areas where I just tend to get creasing, so like smile lines, I always put a little bit there, and like around my nose, so that's all blended. So I've got the dog actually leaning right up against me. So that's with the Laura Mercier powder. I tend to mix it up how I do this, to be honest. It just depends what I fancy on the day, how much time I've got, what kind of look I want. But I'm now going to go in with the Lottie London Tan Time bronzer in the shade medium dark. I've actually had this for ages but didn't open it, but it is actually a really nice bronzer. It kind of reminds me of MAC Give Me Some, because it's like quite a deep colour, but it's really nice. I actually got this, like I said, ages ago, when in my local Superdrug they were stocking Lottie London, so everything was £2, I think, but it was all so cheap, so I literally bought so much stuff, like all their liquid lips, their lip glosses, like everything was so cheap. I feel like I've got a bit of a patch there, so I just take this on my cheekbones. I do tend to do a little bit around my jaw. It definitely does add a bit more definition, but I don't actually put any extra product on the brush. I just use the excess around my jaw because I don't want it to be too dark. Yeah, just dark enough. Let me bring you a little bit closer, that's a bit better. So I really mix this up. I'm not like a makeup guru in the slightest, and I don't do anything wild with my makeup either. Like I said, this is like my everyday. But that said, I actually did do a makeup course a couple of years ago, so I can do makeup. So I'm just trying to find my brush. I can do makeup, I just don't tend to. But I'm actually now going to go, back with the Lottie London bronzer, and this is on, I'm just using a MAC 230 brush, which is just like a flat blending brush. And I just use my bronzer as eyeshadow. But again, like really nothing crazy. Especially for in the day, I just think it looks really nice to tie in your bronzer and eyeshadow together. It makes it a really like natural look and doesn't make it look like your bronzers or eyeshadow is like super fake. Obviously your eyeshadow isn't naturally there, but it does kind of give that illusion when it matches your bronzer. I also then do slightly take this under my eye. Just sort of opens my eyes up a bit more. I think today I am actually going to do a slight like eyeshadowy wing, but this is with the MUA Intense Colour Metallic Eyeliner in the shade Icon, and it's just this like bronzy colour. So I'm just going to take this like right in the corner, the outer corner of my eye, but like really close to the lash line, and just do like a slight little flick. These are good because they're like really movable, where they're quite creamy. You can kind of just move them around if it's gone wrong. But getting eyeliner even is so hard, I swear. It's like a gift if you can do it. I I then actually go back in with the MAC brush I've just used and kind of just push it over the liner, like push the liner up. I don't know if that's like making any sense, but I just don't want that liner to be too harsh, and I kind of want to blend it out a bit. So you see it just gives this like slight smoky effect. I'm now going to go on to some blusher. I use the masked brush. This is actually a bronzer blush. I just really like it for blusher. And I'm using, this is the Sleek Blush by 3 palette. And I actually use them all pretty much. My favourite is this like more orangey one. So I tend to do a bit more of that. So this is like just the orange one. As you can see, it's quite orangey, so I then go in with the other two as well, and like I really get this like right in with my bronzer. Put a bit over my nose, and I have recently been putting a little bit just across my eyelids. Again, I saw this on Connor Cat. I think that's what her YouTube name is. I saw this on her YouTube channel, and like it's kind of the same idea of the bronzer and eyeshadow. It just like really ties it all together, I find. So the lighting's really weird today. I feel like I look really odd. To be fair, it is such a gloomy day. Like it is pouring with rain, and it's supposed to be all day, so that's great. What am I going to do now? I do things in such a weird order because now I tend to go in with some brow gel. I just like to get sort of like the powders out the way before I do my brow gel, because I don't want it to like catch my blusher and bronzer. This is the Revolution, is it the Revolution Pro in medium brown? It's really rubbed off, but it looks like this. I really like brow gels. I do think this might be a tiny bit dark, so I always tend to start like the middle to the tail end of my brow, and then just use any excess at the front, because it does really like make your brows look fuller, but like I said, I don't want them to look too dark. What am I now gonna do? I feel like I look really odd. Don't know why. I always then take this powder brush and basically just buff across my whole face. It's got nothing on, but I've never put product on it, but I just use it to like blend it all in and together. I think it makes it a much nicer finish. This lighting, let me just adjust you for a moment. Okay, that's a bit better. So now I need to do a little bit of highlight. At the moment, I've actually been using, well, I always use an eyeshadow as a highlight, a Kiko one. But at the moment, I've been using this, the Kat Von D Pour La Vida palette a lot, which I did in all my videos. But I've been using this shade up here, which has completely rubbed off on the back, so I can't. Oh, Preciosa. I've been using this as a highlight, and I really like it. It's glowy, but kind of quite subtle, which for an eyeshadow, I don't know, maybe isn't the best. Maybe you want it to be more pigmented than this, but for a highlight, do you see? It's just that really nice glow. I think it's a lovely shade. I then take this on my brow bone just to give it a little bit of pop down my nose, end of my nose, Cupid's bow. And then just with my little finger, I just dip into the palette and pop some in my inner corner and like really sort of push it in, just to make your eyes look a little bit brighter and lighter. This is something I've always done. I personally think that makes a huge difference. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the camera more rather than the screen, but it's difficult. So I'm now just going to quickly curl my lashes. I haven't got a clue what lash curlers these are, but I love lash curlers. I don't understand when people don't use them. Like, I find that they literally make such a difference to my face, and they really do lift your lashes. So I tend to like squeeze and release quite a bit, or then like just squeeze for a while and release a bit, and then go on to the other way, and I'll go back to that again. I don't really know why I do that. I just do. You know, when you kind of just get into your habits and like into your routines, and then that's like the only way that you can do your makeup now. That is me. Yeah, just go back into the other eye. And you can kind of see if they've like curled up or not, and if there's any that haven't curled, you can kind of make sure that you catch them the second time around. My skin's really been playing up at the moment, so I've just noticed that you can see that, so I should probably try and cover that up. But I can't find anything in this makeup bag, so that's great. Right, I'm just gonna go, do you see I've got two little, I'm just gonna pop that there and actually just leave that there for a minute. And then a tiny bit like this. People probably think I'm crazy doing that after I've powdered, but I'm just going to go straight in with my beauty blender. And I find that this just cuts the liner a bit nicer. So obviously I did that like slight brown smoky liner. Something stuck on my beauty blender, so that's always lovely. And then just buff out. Yeah, see, that's a lot better. Now, so that just makes the liner a bit cleaner. I'm going to go back to my Loreal powder now and just slightly drag it under my bronzer, just to make that a bit of a cleaner line. I do really like that clean look. So yeah, just bringing that across. Try and making it even, but that can be pretty hard. And I do kind of leave that to bake literally for a second. And just go back with that big clean brush and just wipe away the excess. But that just gives you a much more chiseled look. I'm just going to see if I can adjust this lighting. That's a bit better. That's better. I've just turned the lights up. As you can see, that's so much better. It gives you a much more chiseled look here. But you can just buff it out. But that's a lot better. I am now going to go in with my mascara. At the moment I'm just using the Loreal Telescopic mascara in black, in magnetic black. I used this years ago and then stopped using it, and I've gone back to it. I really like it. You do have to spend a fair amount of time on it. Like, it takes a while to really lift your lashes with it, but then it doesn't move, like your lashes don't drop, it doesn't sort of wear away, so it's a really good mascara. But I will put my mascara on, then come back to you just for the finishing touches. Okay, so my mascara is now done. As you can see, it's like a really thick mascara, but also that's because I've got the liner on, it looks even thicker. I then tend to finish my makeup off with my Gucci highlighter, which is like the clear one, and you literally need such a small amount of this. I just tend to put it on these two fingers and then just tap it across my cheeks. This just gives that real sheen effect. And I just take the excess basically anywhere I've put highlighter. And it just gives this really nice glow. It's kind of like wet look, so you can't put on too much, but do you see that like nice natural glow it gives? I want to put something on my lips, but I don't really know what. I might put a little bit of this really old Fenty Beauty lipstick in Spanked. It is actually a little darker than what I would normally wear, so I almost press it on. So that is with the lipstick on. I then would tend to put on a lip gloss, like the Fenty lip gloss that I always wear, and just set this with some setting spray. I just use the All Day spray by Contour Cosmetics. It's pretty good actually. I got it in TK Maxx, I think. So yeah, just spray quickly with that. And then I do tend to then spray again with that MAC charcoal water, because that smells amazing. And then I do this and fan my face. I find it so annoying when people do it, but I just don't like it if my mascara prints. So just fan that off, and that is my completed makeup look. So I really should have done something to my hair. Let me try and like make it look a little bit nicer for the end. Probably should have done it the whole way, but a little bit better. So yeah, as you can see, this is the finished makeup look. Quite natural, like on the lips. Like I said, I would then probably put a lip gloss over the top, but overall it's a pretty natural look, I'd say. Obviously there is a slight wing, but you kind of can't really tell. Just makes your lashes look even thicker. Quite a natural, not too fluffy brow. I don't love a super fluffy brow. But yeah, that's my like everyday makeup routine completed. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it, and let me know any other videos that you'd love for me to do, and I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Bye.